Good morning, yellow spectral stars. How are you today? How's the earth today? How's the human family doing today? That's a 5 wise men and the elephant question. All of us would have a different answer probably. I look out my window. Oh, seasonal changes are something so beautiful. I love winter trees because to me they're like naked. It's as if I can see the core structure of the tree, as if the tree has undressed and just stands there in its naked glory. Right now, all the trees and bushes are slowly dressing up. I see all of the branch structures still, or almost all of it, still visible. But everybody out there, except you over there, this one probably went to sleep late. He's sleeping in, but everybody else, oh, that one is also sleeping in. 2 of them are sleeping in, but everybody else is coming out. So there is yellow and yellow greenish and very green and already dark green and light pink and dark red and white, more white. That's beautiful. Oh, it's just beautiful. The sun is coming up and I should be out there for a walk this time of day, this early morning sun. If I were so inclined, I would have to take a drive to the edge of town so that I get that morning sun at that angle into my eyes. There are fields there and it's possible to get that angled sunrise into my eyes. Whereas over here where I live, it's just walls, 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 walls. The sun has to be relatively high before we actually get to see it properly. City living. Do we want to talk about how unhealthy city living is? That's another elephant and a few wise or not so wise people talking. Everything in measure. Where are we? Yellow, resonant. No. Interesting if I don't think I'm coming up with a yellow resonant star. Why is that? My boyfriend laughs at me every time, every second sentence I say sometimes. It's like, why? Why is that? Why is that? Resonant star. I feel resonant. But we have the spectral star. Liberate, dissolve, release, release. What are we releasing? Oh man, I'm having a field day with that question. It's normally a little bit uncomfortable, but right now I'm like, well, there's some voice in me that says, you just like, don't split hairs. Just release everything. Make it a point. It doesn't mean it just is an internal thing. Everything that is, I don't know, meant to stay or fixed, whatever stays. I mean, I can release a thought. A second later, I could have the same thought again. But to enter that space of release for a time, like a respite from everything, like going into an alpha, not into an alpha. I don't know if you can go into an alpha, but that an alpha place where that space before thought, that space before anything arises. Release back into that, release into the quantum field, release ideas about things, release our ideas of what's right or wrong, good or bad, release the wave spell, in this case, white mirror wave spell, release the intentions, release the limitation, release the idea of what the outcome should be, release, release, release. It brings me to integrity, and it brings me I was sitting here a few minutes ago contemplating or just watching what I'm thinking. And I was thinking about, we're in the planetary moon. I never mention the moons we're in. For anyone who doesn't know, in the Maya system, or at least in the dream spell, and there's a difference, a slight difference, whatever. The dream spell is based on the Maya calendar. There is a separate Maya calendar. Anyhow, the spin, this, what we're doing here is 260 days, 20 times 13 wave spell. It's 13 times 20 wave spells. Huh? Yeah, 20 wave spells, 13 days. There also is a solar year, which is 364 days. It's the rotation of the Earth around the sun. And then there's 1 day out of time. It starts on the 26th of July in this system, ends on the 24th of July the next year. And the 25th of July is called the Green Day. It's the day out of time. Cause for celebration. It's really nice. When you start really synchronizing with that, it releases the system into relaxation. It's a natural rhythm. This solar year consists of 13 months that we call moons, and each moon consists of 4 weeks each. A week starts on a Saturday. Every day is dedicated to a chakra. Saturday is the crown, and then Sunday is the root, Monday is the third eye, Tuesday is the sacral chakra, Wednesday is the throat, Thursday is the solar plexus, and Friday is the heart, and then Saturday goes back up to the crown. And even that, I never talk about that either, but just to contemplate or live with that, this rhythm from crown to root to third eye, so 7 to 1 to 6 to 2 to 5 to 3 to 4 to 1 to 6, to 7 to 1, that's a particular, talk about the rhythmic tone. Is a different rhythm than going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. Joy. Just turn things on their head now and then. It's so good for the system. Children love doing that. They love doing things just a totally different way around. And then we tell them, no, that's wrong. It's not done like that. Exactly. So we're in the planetary moon. That's where I was going, which means the 10th moon. A year, a solar year, also it follows these 13 moons. So also goes from magnetic to lunar to it fits exactly into 364 days. And a lot more elegant. Yellow star, a lot more elegant than the Gregorian. 30 days, 32 days, 31 days, 28 days. What? Everything's jumbled up. There's no rhythm. There's no rhythm. Imagine listening to music and it was just like, how do you want to dance to that? How do you want to tune to that? Rhythm is important. Regular rhythm is important. Our own nature brings in enough irregularity without us causing irregularity. Anyway, so we're in the planetary moon. We're on the second week. The 4 weeks in each moon also follow the color scheme of red, white, blue, yellow, initiating, refining, transforming, blooming, blossoming, harvesting, preparing for the next initiation. We're in the second week, white week, 6th day, solar plexus, Thursday. Planetary moon. So I was thinking about what's manifesting in my life. I haven't actually looked back on my wave spells, these difficult wave spells, to also compare which moons were we in. I could do that. So I was thinking about massaging, and for me, I don't know if you can relate to this, it's very often, for some reason, if I don't massage for a few days or longer, which happens, it feels to me as if I've never massaged ever. it's it's very strange. I noticed this a while ago, that there seems to be a sort of discontinuity of something in me. I think I've about 80% made peace with that, because it used to always throw me into a lot of nervousness before doing something. I would always assume I have no skill. I don't know. I've never done this. Like, of course not. I wouldn't think I know. I've done it, but my nervous system somehow didn't really register, or something. I don't know. And somewhere in my formative years, my nervous system must have formed a a particular rhythm of very continuous, some sort of disconnect. Anyway, since we're now in this time where we really, many of us are learning, like, live from the abundance of the moment, of the now. Everything is in the now. Everything is, whatever in the now, this now. Sometimes I think there is no now. What are you talking about? What now? Show me this now. You can't show me the now. Point your finger at it. Where is it exactly? Like, as soon as you see it, it's gone. As soon as it's like, maybe that's why Pisces are supposed to be so this or so that, because they, try to hold on to a fish. It's like trying to, like, hold the now. And the one fish slips off into the past and the other slips off into the future. Well, what are you left with? Nothing now. No fish now. Oh, well. Okay, let's get serious. So, it's, for me, it's like trusting, learning a different level of trust. I learn it now consciously. I suppose anytime we learn a skill, it's trust. Just made a cup of coffee. I know how to make coffee. And I assume, even if I didn't make a coffee for a few months, I'd remember how to make a coffee. But with some things, I remember in the beginning of relationships, I used to have this also. Suddenly, the person would disappear inside of me, like everything gone. Like I'd know their name, I know they exist, I know who they are, but there'd be no feeling, no relationship with them, no love, no. How do I relate to you? Who are you exactly? That would freak me out occasionally. Then I got used to it. It could last for 2 to 3 weeks sometimes. Very, very, very strange. And then it would all come back. And then a few months later, it would all just, or weeks, vanish again. Passing strange, I tell you, because it's like the system does something in spite of me. Maybe someday a part of me still says, I wonder why. I'm not investigating that, but someday I'll understand that. I just had a whole new thought around that, but I'm not going to offer that. Anyway, so each time the amazing thing about kind of forgetting is the act of remembering or rediscovering. I'm not into, like, I have a technique to massage and I run off this technique on the body. This is what I do. Follow A, B, C, D, each time the same, maybe slight variations. There's a security and a comfort in doing it that way. It's not my style. It's like I just, with nothing. It's not, never, I don't, it's not really. I prefer to tune into the moment and see what's required. What do we want to, what's the dance going to be today? But I know that the slightest bit of nervousness, or really, sometimes nervousness is the spirit already entering our nervous system. It's a spiritual communication. It feels like nervousness because it activates the nervous system. It isn't exactly nervousness. It's energy streaming in and streaming, going to stream through. And maybe that's where nervousness becomes this nervousness, or this thing gone wrong, when we are not letting it flow through, when the red moon isn't really working together with the red serpent, when the flow of energy isn't really happening, then it becomes a very uncomfortable nervousness thing. Then we get stuck. I can see in my life, I'm looking at a couple situations in the past, I'm like, had I really gone into the flow, and I can see how I couldn't at the time, things would have been different. And there is again this 11th tone, this releasing of my idea of I ought to this, I should that, I'm good, I'm not good, my ego, am I what. Just flow. It can even happen that a client will have a certain issue that they mention that they would like to have massaged or looked at. And if I go into my flow, it can happen that I completely forget about that and find afterwards I haven't paid any attention to that area particularly at all. And then I may want to feel bad about that and not realize you did exactly, it did not require that extra tension, or the cause of that tension over there was found somewhere else, and you did treat it somewhere else, but it's not that obvious. So it requires, it does require a bit of faith too, and confidence, to let spirit, to let the energies in the space move through. And create, and that is being in harmony. That is to me the yellow star. That is order. That is when then I can flow yellow star with the red moon tomorrow on 12. Ha! Of course. So then there is the flow of whatever needs to flow, and it's on tone 12, cooperative. So the energy is spirit cooperating with human. Spirit is always cooperating with us. We're not always cooperating with spirit. So, yeah, flow, breath. When we massage, our breathing is super important. Stuff like that. So it has to flow. Like even now, me sitting here has to flow while my coffee's getting cold. Hold on. There is a way to multitask. Flow, cooperative flow tomorrow. Oh, how delicious in this wave spell of order. And then we are into the cosmic love. Huh? Divine order is cosmic love. It's just that simple. And we are made in the image of that. We are a microcosm. We are a... It's so funny, astronomy and quantum physics and all of that. I mean, we're merging it now. We're meeting because I think we are realizing the further out we look, at some point it's like the equivalent to some degree to further in. Where do we go when we end? You know, like if really, I don't know. Never mind. I'm going black hole again, but who am I to talk about black holes? See, we have the Hunab Ku for that. Or do we? Oh. And then the passion flares again, sometimes when we touch. Yeah, the black hole is too much. I want to break down and cry. Pure joy. Oh, shit, man. I don't know. I cannot think about black holes and not start like flying off into some kind of ecstasy. It's the strangest thing. It's the strangest thing. I've conditioned myself, or like to believe that they are that going into black holes or whatever they are. Oh, they excite me. Huh. Yeah. Oof. It's like it feels as though I have a billion of them inside my body, and each one of them is like, yes, yes, come. Ooh, merge. Drop in, release yourself into, like, let it all go. Just delete everything. They say that when we go into a black hole, everything is deleted, all the data, all, it's like, is it not formatting your hard drive? It's like, what is it? There are, when you format or when you partition a hard drive or erase a hard drive, I don't know if Apple does it like that. I think Windows does it. If they still do it, you should have 4 different, I think Apple too, 4 different levels of erase. The mild erase allows you still to, there's still information of everything is kept. So if you had to recoup or reinstate something, you could still do it with a special program. And then the 4th stage is like everything is gone. It's a black hole erase. Yeah. And anyway, where are we? We are in this yellow star, our own harmony. Why was I going into this massage thing? Because the superposition, holds every potential state. This is important if we want to live quantumly. We don't have to. But if and when we do, we can collapse the wave function anywhere we choose. Or, I don't know if we can choose. I don't know if I don't know. That's a bit of maybe that's a wish. Maybe there is we learn how to. Yeah, but choice has to be a factor. Something is always making that choice, even if it's not us. But definitely there has to be this understanding that every potential is accessible. And that's an entirely different, to me anyway, that's an entirely different way of operating. It's a different operating system. Very, very different. Very, very different. And yes, it's very practical because each and every moment has within itself this elusive now. Is that as life experiencing itself, and we're a part of that. There is a way to release spectral tone 11, even if I release my sense of self. It doesn't mean my sense of self disappears. It means I have released it. If I put down my cup of coffee, it doesn't mean the cup of coffee disappears. It means I have released it. And with that release, my hand is now free to pick up anything it chooses, including the cup of coffee. If I hold it all the time, my hand is occupied. If I hold my sense of self all the time, I, or whichever part of me is holding a sense of self, is occupied. If I hold on to the idea of who Tatiana is, what Tatiana does, how a thing works, who she's in relationship with, what her job is, or what, all of that, what she likes, what she doesn't like. It occupies like a hand and a cup, like a synapse and a, like a, for some reason, I just started to say, since Corona, we all know how cells work. There's this little receptor sites, and then there's something docks on, and da 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 da. But that's exactly like it. Then it's occupied. Like dopamine receptors, or like if you haven't seen What the Bleep Do We Know, please do yourself a favor and watch it. It's a great film. Great film. I've seen it hundreds and hundreds of times. And it's on YouTube. Free. And they also explain how addictions work, how these thingies go into these thingies, and then they're occupied in the cell. To be able to live in a quantum state, and still the body doesn't disappear, in as much as my coffee cup doesn't disappear. My whatever is my identity, hello, what is that? But in any case, whatever, it does nothing. I mean, we don't disappear. We don't even disappear when we die. But we are freed. Something, I don't have to hold on to my body. Who is this I that should be holding on to the body? But that I is then free. Free for what? And even the body exists in a quantum state. It is then free. It is freed if I free it. If I free it, okay, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but that's where I'm at right now in my understanding of this thing, of myself, or of this, what self? This body identity. If we let go of the shape I believe it has, and what has made it this shape? What shapes me? It's got something to do with my identity. Even my genetics has something to do with identity. It's an ancestral identity. It's a collective, it's an inherited identity, whichever. I carry part of that. That's the default. It's like, that's what's built me. It's like giving someone a box of Play-Doh, different colors of Play-Doh. They come in there, even if it's new, it's like this little thingies, then there's green, yellow, blah, 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 blah. That's the default. That's how they come. That's the raw material. Now make something of it if you want. So my body, there's like, it comes in a pre-packaged form. I can now inhabit it, and now I can make something with it. I can change it into anything I want, provided I know the route, or I know how, or whatever. So I have to, something has to be released. And I can go the long route and say, 20 years at the gym, and I'm going to be the shape. Or 20 years of ballet training, and then I'm going to be, or what. I can go the long route. But we're always being told that's, if it's fun, do it. But it could be inefficient. It could just be inefficient. There could just be more efficient ways. And I'm not here always. I'm not in favor of, but always, become more efficient. I mean, this chase of efficiency is. Look at the Germans. Where has it got them? Where has it got us? I'm one of them. I am one of them. Lordy. Anyway, efficiency. Wisdom, yellow human. It's not in this web spell, is it? You would have nothing to say about order and cosmic love. The next time we meet the human, it's lunar. In the wave spell of the blue monkey. A challenge. Stabilizing though. So, stabilize through challenge. We have to use our free will wisely. Human, yellow human, wisdom, free will, influence. I have come to love the yellow human. I don't know if you remember, in the beginning of this monocast when I started, for a long time, I often spoke about this human. It's just a continuous theme. I think yellow human and red serpent, a couple of key kins that I'm really, really, really harping on about in this web spell. Free will, influence, wisdom. I mean, my God. Anyway, I used to not like the yellow human for some reason, had some attitude. Can't now even recall that. Can you believe it? It's like, I remember that I had that attitude, but I can't access that attitude. It's gone. Now it's like, it's not exactly bliss yet, but it's like, yeah, it's good. It's good. I've ironed that out. This star is self-guided. Tone 11 is self-guided. And we can play around with this tone 11, 2 lines and a dot. A line is 5. the number writing system in this system is a dot for a 1 and 4 dots for a 4, and then it changes to a line for a 5, and the 6 is a line with a dot above, 7 is a line with 2 dots above, 10 is 2 lines, 11 is 2 lines with a dot above. And so that's a 10 and a 1, 2 5s and a 1. So it's 1 magnetic, tone 1, so it's magnetic. And 10 is planetary. So in this particular way, if we can say merging the mirror, endlessness, reflect, order, and blue hand, heal, knowing, heal, accomplish, healing, know, accomplish, accomplish, know, healing, whatever way around that is now. Endlessness, reflect, order, know, accomplish, healing. Seems so logical, doesn't it? Like, yeah, of course. Attract, healing, knowing, order is endlessly order, healing. I'm already blending them. And then we have the star, elegance, beauty, art, elegance, art, beauty, beauty, art, elegance, beauty, elegance, art. The elegance of it all, the art of it all. Are we artfully elegant? Or are we full of negative self-talk? Ah, stupid you. Done that again, idiot. What are you muttering under your breath when you're alone, or when you just like cut your finger, when you meant to cut the onion, or whatever, you know. That's a small fuck up. We sometimes fuck up big, you know. How are we kind to ourselves? Are we kind to others? Am I kind to my boyfriend? Oh, when he does something that I don't approve of. Good question. Next question. Mirror, mirror on the wall. And the question is, it begs itself right now. I don't know. I'm trying to salvage, give some salvation to myself. But am I just running patterns that I learned? Is it conditioning how I react? Occasionally. Rarely. Very rarely. But sometimes I do. I'm not always kind. Is there like a deep-seated disgruntlement? Is there like a disharmony in me? And is it genuinely mine? I would say yes, there is. And then is it really mine, or is that just the introject? Is it called that in English as well? What I have adopted, what I have assimilated or just taken on from my mother. Is that a maternal pattern that runs through me that I have not yet truly lifted or replaced with something that's me, that's mine? So it's running on autopilot. Part of my Play-Doh that I haven't used yet. It's still in the state that it was handed to me. But it is part of my system, so it's incorporated. I'm basically using it, but I haven't yet investigated, hey, do I want to leave it like that? And are there two different ways? One, go into superposition. Go into that quantum state, then I don't have to deal with the nitty-gritties of investigating every little element of myself and thinking, is this what I want? Do I want to change it? Is this what I want? Do I want to change it? Which I can do, it can be fun. If I go to the superposition, I can say, I want to be a fully integrated version of me. And what do I have to do to get into that superposition? Point to 11. Blue hand, and one blue hand and one white mirror, one magnetic mirror and one planetary hand get me to this spectral star, and I can collapse my superposition into absolute harmony, like really genuine kindness and harmony within my nervous system and everything, that I do not need to react like an idiot, which I sometimes do. Or another way to solve it or look at it is 2 5s and a 1. So it's one magnetic mirror. But I don't have 2 5s, do I now? But if I double power my white wind, that's interesting. 2 overtone winds, which give me 2 overtone humans. Wisdom, influence, free will, breath, spirit, communicate, double power. There's a blue hand in that. No, there's not on the wind. There's a blue hand on that yellow human, which would give us 2 blue hands. Is it? It's unlocked. Gives us 2 blue hands, which in turn make it planetary hand. Make it a planetary human attached to the planetary hand. Oh, lovely. So 2 5s. Wait, wind. On the planetary human, there's a planetary wind, which could be 2 overtone winds. 2 overtone winds. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. How funny! It's like 5 plus 5 plus 1 is 10. 4 plus 4 plus 3 is also 10. It's like many ways to get to the same outcome. But in this case, not all the ways are actually permissible. 1 plus 10 and 1 plus 5 plus 5. Those 2 passages are permissible. The others lead us somewhere else. They don't actually, but they do. Whatever. So, yeah. Harmony, yellow star, art, now, elusive. Release. Release the past. How to release the past? Release it now. Just, it's gone. Think Pisces and trying to grab these 2 fish. Flutch, gone. There's no future. There's no past. No need for any of it. We can completely release ourselves from all of it and say, yeah, we've been there, we've done that, we've experienced that. It's been good or bad or whatever. And then go back into superposition. That's very different. We don't have to. It's very different from reprogramming the conditioning. I kind of like doing both, but maybe I don't anymore. If it's true, and it must be true because I think it's true. It appears to be a universal truth. What you focus on, what you shine a spotlight on, increases. It gets energized. It becomes bigger. It becomes more. So the more I focus on things, on my conditioning that I want to reprogram, the more of it I get. Because the system thinks it wants to please me. It doesn't think it wants to please me. It's like this universe is biased in love. So it gives us what we love. And whatever we pay attention to, we must love, logically. Otherwise we wouldn't be paying attention to it. So we get more of it. It's funny now, I can see I've made I made a 180 degree shift. I've really made a super shift in this way as well. I hope I can sustain it. I'd like to sustain it. It doesn't matter if I don't sustain it. I'm going to release even the hope to sustain it, because if I don't, that's fine. I always go with what I enjoy. And if it's still taking the nitty-gritty nuts out of the weed, then so be it. If I haven't done enough of it yet, I'm obviously enjoying it. Trust yourself, Tatiana. If you've done enough of it, you're going to stay in this place of joy, and life is going to organize itself for you in the field, and you just move through this field, pulsing, realizing intention, pulsing from superposition to collapse, superposition to collapse. Pulse, realize intention, the solar tone. It's not quite the same. It's rhythmic, but it's solar. 6 and 9. 3, 6, and 9 is some sort of magical number combination, right? So we have this thing in this, knew about 3, 6, and 9. 3 is electric bond service. 6 is rhythmic. What is that? Let me get the words. Look. Organize, balance, equality. Ew. Why didn't they jump into my head? I have an issue with that 6th tone. Of course I do. Oh my goodness. I gotta make friends with it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, oh Lord, why? Wait. Sun, seed, serpent. In my personal way spell, the serpent is on tone 6, and I've always had issue with my body. Whew, that's linked. Okay, I'll sort that out. But tones 3, 6, and 9. Pulse, realize intention on 9. Organize, balancing equality, and activate link service. These 3 in each wave spell. In this one, we're sitting on the yellow sun. The blue night, yellow sun, universal fire, life, enlightened life, universal fire, enlightened life, blue night, abundance, dream intuition, and 9, the world bridger. Death, equalize, again, equalize, opportunity. So we have a double equalization power here. Tone 6 also equalizes. Organize, balancing, equality. Yeah. Balancing. Tone 6 has got to really be this now, and pulsing, this superposition. And you know, when we're in this now, we're balancing past and future. But what is past and future? Past is what we consider. The past is simply wave functions we have already collapsed. There's no need in reality to move through a human bodily life from in a linear fashion, from in aging in the way that we do. That is not necessary. That doesn't make any sense. It makes sense to experience it for a time, but we can take this kind of linearity and this kind of consequence out of the equation, because aging is not a consequence of time. It's a consequence of something else that used to happen, something else, that the way we think, the way we apply ourselves, it's something else. Strictly speaking, you're an eternal being, so you can collapse your wave function. In your body, you can keep this body, you can collapse this, you can stay in whichever way, in shape you want. Like really John Varley Steel Beachish. I spoke about that yesterday. Great novel, sci-fi, read it. If you're into reading sci-fi, John Varley, Steel Beach. Fantastic read. So appropriate to this time. I mean, so many sci-fis are like, you ask yourself, where do you take this stuff from? Where does this information come from? That people like take down this versions of reality that at the time they're writing it and we're reading it, it seems almost abstruse, almost like, I mean, like incredible, not unbelievable. And yet, aren't we moving there? Like, it's incredible. So it's all there. It's all in this quantum field. All the futures, all the possible experiences, all the possible possibilities, they exist. And it's not, well, linearity for me right now. I'm quite comfortable taking out the aging. I'm not comfortable yet saying I could collapse this reality right now to automatic to bilocate, or to, what is it, beam me up Scotty thing, to dissolve myself here and to show up where you are, or wherever I want to show up on the planet, to actually relocate. What is it called? I can't think of it now. But that is in the field as well. And that is the route to do it. Just move into the quantum field, and then collapse your superposition. Take your body with you. I think that would be really, really elegant if we could do that. Imagine we no longer have to fly. Pack your bag, put yourself, and say, whoop, and I'm on the beach in Bali. That would fuck up immigrations. How would they solve that? We don't need that anymore when we are able to do that. And I mean, yeah, logically. Ugh, God, what are we doing? How backwards are we? Oh, lol. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, well, how is this yellow star harmony? I could stay a little bit more over here. So how are we creating this reality of being able to bilocate and all of that? Is by the more of us start holding that vision, focusing on it. We could say the universe then thinks, this is what you want, and gives it to us because we're focusing on it. But it doesn't have to be given to us. We are the universe. We are the creators. We have God within us. We are a part of that system. So our focus is creative. And we can focus on what is already being focused on. We can focus on what has already been focused on. We can recollapse our superpositions into what we already know. But to a degree, we don't. But depending on, I mean, talk about aging and focus. That's, to me, I investigate that a lot because I'm of an age where I'm starting to notice thoughts coming in that are related to what people say they think. In my entire life, people of a certain age and what they say, and it programs us, and it's programmed me. And so these programs are kicking up. They're running. I'm starting to notice these thoughts automatically showing up. And I'm noticing them. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? You are completely inappropriate. You're not my thought. But you show up and you're telling me something about me. You are shaping my expectations. And my expectations are my power because I receive according to my expectation. I color in my reality, I shape my reality according to my expectations. And if I have these programs running on autopilot that are shaping my expectations along trajectories that I do not approve of, I take up issue with that. So now I'm starting to take up issue with what I consider myself. Because I may not have the detailed understanding that not all my thoughts are myself. They're thoughts running through my head that I can hear. They're not generated by me. And there are a lot of different. Some of them are just programs that are like, here, oh, time, or like you what? Like now we open up, pop, like a seed, pops up and shows up its head. And a lot of them are weeds, and not the good kind. It's like, no, 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 no. What are you doing? You don't belong here. And you gotta be vigilant. If you're present in the now, you pull the weed while it's baby. You just shows up a little leaf like, oh no, no, dun, 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 dun. You don't have to even pay attention to it. You just can do something else. Totally easy to multitask while you're reading. Eventually, I think they atrophy. They don't keep coming back. But once they bigger, I don't know. Yeah, something there. But the next but comes in is like overthinking. Is this a form of overthinking, or is this practical? And now I'm going to overthink this one. And I'm not. My coffee's getting cold. I'm going to send this off long enough. I wish us a beautiful day. Inspired, released, liberated, chosen, choosing, whole, healing, becoming, dissolving, reshaping, and feeling that sense of joy that comes out of nowhere, that is just there because it's just there. Sense of love that depends on nothing, that is just there because it's just there. I feel that a lot in my face when I'm in that state. I feel like my attention versus when I'm thinking a lot, I draw deeper into my head and my face goes like, When I'm in that state of love, I feel plush. It's an interesting sensation. It's joyful. I feel like my lymph moving. It's my lymph moving in the right way, draining and replenishing. Where is lymph coming from? Like we talk about lymph drainage, so the stuff gets drained, but does it just cycle around the body, gets cleansed and go back in like an eternal cycle of the same lymph? Or does the body produce new lymph fluid, sends it through the system? Anyway, lymph fluid is like it washes, and it's so related to emotion, feelings. Somehow, it's not the same as blood flow. Anyway, wish us all a healthy blood flow, healthy lymph flow. I'm looking at my plants, and I don't know, they're looking at me. Some of them are like, what the fuck? The fuck? Can we have some new soil, please? Or I don't know, can we die? I mean, I don't know. Are you trying to live or die? I don't know. Something is not making you happy over there. But you're growing, and yet you're not growing. Very strange. But they're not all the same, but some of them are not happy. I don't know, overwatered, underwatered. Bad plant mom. It's good to have plants that don't need a lot of mothering. They take care of themselves. They just look great. And you know what's also great is when you have plants that are not in soil, that you have to keep watering a lot, you put them in hydro, like the stones with water. I don't know that you can do that with every plant. You can't. Only roots that can constantly live in water. But those are so easy to maintain. Oh my goodness. I think you water them once a month or something. Anyway, yeah, here we are. Enjoy your breakfast or lunch or dinner or your midnight snack.